Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joey Thomas, entrepreneur and small business educator here with 17 Hats. Today's question we're going to answer in this video is, should I develop a landing page for my business? So like always, guys, subscribe to the 17 Hats channel, click the like on this video, and hit that bell button for notifications because I have videos like this coming at you every single week. All right, guys, so let's jump into this. So should I develop a landing page for my business? Now, I think we all would love to improve our lead conversions and make our marketing much more effective, right? I know I would. So today, I'll be exploring the idea of adding a landing page as part of a larger marketing strategy to improve how your leads and clients interact and take action on your website. So what is a landing page anyway? Let's define it. A landing page is a single web page created as a landing spot or destination for a specific marketing or advertising campaign. This is where visitors land after clicking on a particular ad or campaign link. You've all seen it before. You've all seen the free PDFs and the webinars and the different things on Facebook, like the ads, and you click on it and it opens a page, a single page website. That's what we're talking about here today. So unlike a homepage on your website that encourages a viewer to keep exploring, a landing page actually focuses entirely on your user or your viewer. It focuses on them taking a single and specific action. Now, on a landing page, it's all about one thing. It's about the CTA, the call to action. It's all about bringing focused attention to one thing without being distracted with the whole website, and to encourage them to actually do something about it, right? Like to take an action. And you know what? In the end, that's what we want our viewers to do. See, a landing page is the next step towards an interested party becoming a customer. It actually allows you to make a sort of, sometimes a special offer, maybe provide a deal, provide some content, maybe such as a PDF white paper on a topic or an ebook, all in exchange for contact information or some other type of action. So let's get into 3 simple types of landing pages. There are many more, but these are 3 simple and common types of landing pages. Number 1, a click-through landing page. Now, a click-through landing page can go to an e-commerce site, maybe to sell a particular product or service. So I know that on my Instagram, right, I love to collect knives and little leather goods and things like that. So I get a lot of ads that show specialty knives and leather goods, right? So I know if I click it, it's going to go right to the sales page where if I wanted to make a purchase, I could do it right then. And the cool thing about that landing page is it only shows that one particular product. So if I love that product, I won't get paralysis or analysis, or do they say, is it paralysis analysis or the other way around? I think it's the other way around. So it can also, a click-through landing page can be really any destination that you want them to land on. And typically there's no data being collected. It's usually a sales page of some sort. Okay, so the second type of landing page is a lead generation landing page. Now, a lot of times these landing pages are for a bigger campaign. It's just really more closer to the top of a funnel, right, than the middle of a funnel or the end of a funnel when somebody wants to make a sale. So you can, for a lead generation, you can, maybe there's an ebook offer, a free trial of some sort, maybe a webinar they can watch, all in exchange for the contact information. Now, this contact information can be used in any type of email campaign, right? Just to further nurture your clients and add value. One of the things I do to make it really easy on some of my landing pages is just to use a lead capture form from 17 Hats. And when they fill out that lead capture form, I can immediately send them an additional email or a video or something like that that they can watch, or maybe even a link to something that they can purchase. And so it's just easy to embed in a landing page. Now, this type of landing page is typically found in the middle of a sales funnel where customers are evaluating your offer. It presents a CTA, or a call to action, and a reward for that action. Okay, the third type of landing page, it's simply a splash page. Everyone's heard of that term before. A splash page is a simple page without any lead generation at all. For example, a photographer who directs a client to either their wedding portfolio or their headshot portfolio. That would be a splash page that comes up at the beginning of a website. It just helps direct people along the right path. Now, what are the benefits of using a landing page? Number one, it drives targeted traffic to your specific site that you want, or the specific content that you want. It helps collect data and leads. It drives sales for a very specific purpose. And research shows that it has much higher conversions than sending someone to your website alone. Now, what are some elements that you might want in your landing page to make it effective? Let's talk about that. First and foremost, I want you to focus on the offer and not the company. Clarify your offer or your product and continue to pique interest about that particular product, right? And when they start really getting interested in the product, then they make a choice to learn a little bit more about your company by maybe clicking through or looking up your actual main website. I've done that myself several times. See, they click on it because they are promised something, and you should keep that focus and their promise instead of diverting them to a website or your company information, and keep them focused on that particular product. See, it's an actual extension of your brand, but it's not necessarily about your brand. Next, you want a clear CTA that leads to a reward of some sort. Like I said before, maybe an entry into a giveaway, a PDF guide, a free trial, etc. Just something included where they are rewarded for taking that action. And make sure that the forms are really, really easy to fill out. Like I mentioned once before, 17 Hats lead forms are super simple, clean, and effective. And I set it up, it automates an email or a PDF that could go out to that particular person, right? Now, you want to keep your forms on those landing pages really short, maybe 3 to 5 questions max, because you don't want them to be overly inundated with having to answer a bunch of questions. Now, next, you want to know the audience and speak to them directly. For example, would your audience want to watch a video? Would they prefer a downloadable ebook? Are they drawn to the story of how something is made? This takes a little research, but targeting in this way can certainly increase conversions. I know with one of my companies, we make a lot of handmade products, right? And people want to know what's behind it. They want to know about the people. They want to know about the materials. They want to know about the techniques that we use to make such high quality products. So we show them a video very quickly, and sometimes just on a landing page, so that we can really keep their attention to that handcrafted story, right? Next, you want to keep the design clean and clutter-free. The point of a landing page is to keep them focused. If it's cluttered and has a bunch of images and all of this text going everywhere, it can really be confusing. Make sure it's mobile responsive. That is key, because a lot of the times when we click on an ad, it's on our phones or our tablets, and it needs to be mobile responsive. Next, don't forget to use testimonials as social proof somewhere in the landing page. I actually recommend starting with a testimonial at the very top, something short in the middle, and ending in a testimonial at the bottom, right? You want to use imagery and videos to keep their attention, but keep it minimal. Too many videos and too many images might take away from what you're trying to say, what you're trying to communicate, and the action that you might want to take. Make sure to use very large and clear fonts. And then make sure your CTA is above the fold. Now, what does that mean? Now, you want to make sure that the audience can actually see a call to action before ever having to scroll. Now, that doesn't mean that people will click it immediately, but it clarifies the intention of the page and they know exactly where to find it if they do decide to take the action quickly. Now, just because you have it above the fold doesn't mean you should neglect the bottom, right? If your landing page is a bit long with content, you will want to make sure that it is at the bottom as well. Now, research shows that using a centered single column design actually converts better than multiple column designs. So again, it's all about keeping it really, really simple. And last but not least, you want to match the look and feel of your brand and campaign. You don't want your brand colors to be black, white, and gold, and you end up using red and green in your landing page. It can be a little confusing, okay? Now, services like MailChimp, Sticky Apps, Flowdesk, etc. all have options to create landing pages that don't have to live on your website. Make sure to test it out to make sure that all the functions are working as they should. You know, for such a simple concept, it's an incredibly effective tool. And I hope you have a little insight and confidence to set one up after watching this video today. Remember, landing pages are all about conversions. Know what goal you want to accomplish and keep it very, very simple. Well, thanks once again, guys, for hanging out with me for a few minutes in this video. Again, my name is Joey Thomas with 17 Hats. Click that subscribe button, click the like, and turn on notifications, and I'll see you next time.